Hey, what's up, y'all? I got a challenge for y'all. And that challenge is stop complaining. Literally, just try not to complain for like 7 days straight. It's easier said than done. What made me think about this was recently I was working. This was like a week or two ago. I was at work and I just remember feeling so stressed out. I had a tough day. And I had an epiphany, right? Because I started complaining, and I had an epiphany, and I was like, "Hold up! Like I complain way too much." And I don't like it. Like it was starting to feel like a cycle for me. I noticed that whenever I was going through something difficult or whenever I just felt stressed and overwhelmed, I just resorted to complaining, and it just made me feel worse than I already did. And so I was like, you know what? Like, let me just stop complaining, because the things that I'm complaining about, like, I'm blessed enough to even have that to complain about. Like, I'm over here complaining about work and my job, but I have a job and I'm blessed. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just like stuff like that. And you don't realize like how much, or like how stuck in that cycle that you are until you actually become aware of it and you try to stop it. So like what I've been doing lately is I've just been cognizant, like whenever I feel the need to complain or like feel the urge to complain, I try to counteract that complaint with, you know, something with the gratitude, basically with expressing gratitude. Like, for example, I'm complaining about my job, right? And I'm like, oh, like I gotta go to work tomorrow. You know, like I start complaining and I'm like, well, at least I have a job to go to, you know? Or it could be anything, like just trying to redirect into to show gratitude and to just be more positive. It's so dangerous to complain, and there's just so many things wrong with it. And honestly, when you complain constantly, you actually rewire your brain. Like the more you complain, the more your brain becomes familiar with your complaining, and then it just starts to resort to that. And some people complain as a way to regulate their emotions. Some people, you know, it's just like it becomes a habit, and it's not a good habit to be stuck in. It's really scary because you can literally complain yourself into a depression. Like you start, you know, just focusing on the negatives, you keep focusing on the problems, and you keep just, you know, training yourself to just think about the things that you're lacking, and you kind of just lose sight of all the blessings you have in your life, the positives. Like you lose the ability to see the positive side of things when you're stuck in that complaining cycle. Not even only that, but when you are a complainer and you constantly complain, it's actually contagious too. So like people around you will start to complain. People around you will feel negative around you if you're a person that constantly complains. Your energy is contagious. Like if you're someone who is, you know, just like more positive, more uplifting, people are going to be around you more. People are going to find joy in being around you. But if you're someone who's always negative, always complaining, people don't want to be around someone that feels negative. You know what I'm saying? That's always so negative. It's just not, it's not like cool. Complaining is not going to fix anything. And also, I feel like it's a way for people to avoid accountability, because the things that you're complaining about, you have to assess whether it's something that you do have control over, and if it's something that you do have control over, what can you do to resolve the issue? Like what are some things that you can do instead of complaining to actually resolve it, so that you no longer have the urge to complain? And if it's something that you don't have any control over, you know, this is something that, you know, you're just gonna have to pray about and just, you know, have faith that things will work out or that you're gonna be okay. But yeah, ain't no sense of like stressing or complaining over the things that you can't control, because it's just, like I said, it does no good, and it does a lot of harm to your brain. So try to stop complaining. I know it's easier said than done. One of the things that I recommend that you can try whenever you feel the urge to complain is to wear a rubber band around your wrist. And this is a coping mechanism that is common like in counseling, when people have the urge to like self-harm. And it's crazy because I actually do, complaining to me is a form of self-harm. It's a form of like mental self-harm. So whenever you have the urge to complain, literally just like wear a rubber band around your wrist and like just snap it, so that way you're aware of what you're doing. And this is not to say that like you should suppress how you feel or anything like that. Like I get that we have different emotions. Sometimes you're gonna feel down, sometimes you're not gonna feel that great. But at the same time, just try to be aware of when you're complaining and you know, if it's just becoming a cycle. Like, it's okay to express how you feel at times, but there's a way to do that constructively. Like, when you are venting and expressing how you feel and, you know, you're feeling negative, try to balance that by thinking about the positives in the situation and be more solution focused rather than problem focused. Really, that's really all there is to it. I mean, it's like, the world is hard enough, life is hard enough. Don't make it harder on yourself by, you know, training your brain to always resort to negativity. You know what I'm saying? Like, find the joy in life. There's blessings in every problem. There's blessings in everything that you face. So remember to stay focused on those blessings, and whatever you have control over, take control. Whatever you don't, pray about it, and that's really all you can do. So that's all I have to say right now. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I miss y'all and I love y'all.